Hello everybody, back here again for another vlog a day, and today was Tuesday the 7th, and today was a beautiful day outside weather-wise. It was nice and cool, didn't really get warm per se. It warmed up, I guess never got hot, I should put it that way. Wind was blowing pretty much all day again, helped kind of dry out the rain we had, which was nice. With the rain we had overnight though, made it where I wasn't able to paint today, not that big a deal. Hopefully I'll get maybe a chance to maybe get started on it tomorrow. Haven't fully ruled that out yet. Did have to water shrubs and plants and bushes and trees that I put in. I planted a whole bunch of new stuff this just last few weeks now. I've been planting stuff, seems like every other day, and keeping that stuff watered in takes forever. So that was one of those things that you kind of got to deal with and just figure it out as you go and move on. But I'm hoping to get some painting done. Like I said, I don't know if I'll get to it tomorrow or not. I might end up running up to Ottumwa to help my buddy out, rebuilding one of his sheds, cleaning it out, hauling off a bunch of stuff to the landfill and that for him. But I haven't got a finalized answer from him if he's wanting to do it tomorrow or not, so not sure what's going to happen. I'll just wait and wake up in the morning and see what goes from there. So I did get a few things done around the house here, nothing really major, trying to just kind of make it a mostly recovery day after yesterday's marathon. Don't know if I really stuck to that plan too well, but I did really not do a bunch. I wasn't feeling the whole climb up down a ladder today, so luckily the rain kind of convinced me not to do that. So we'll see what tomorrow brings and how I'm feeling. I did get just general stuff taken care of today that was kind of needed to be done. I also went by my grandparents and saw them for a little bit. I hadn't seen them for quite some time. I'm kind of every once in a while getting that weird kick if I'm tired of always being the one who has to reach out to them. Always the one having to go out of my way to, interact with them and stuff, and they never go out of their way to interact with me. Usually what I'll do is I'll just kind of just stop going over for a while, and then they'll eventually call and have that weird little conversation of, hey, haven't seen you or heard from you for a while, just stop by sometime. Okay, gotta go, bye. And they hung up the phone. So I'd reached out and left a couple messages with them and never heard back from. It's been a long time. This is probably one of the longer times I've not spoke to my grandparents in, 15, 20 years, maybe something like that. It's been forever since I've not talked to them that long. Probably since I moved back to Iowa. It's probably been, longest chunk of time that I've not been around them. And I just realized the fact that they're just, they're odd-ass people, and I'm trying to ignore that whole fact and deal with it. But just that whole thing of, they don't reach out and, they don't really, it seems like they don't care. I'm sure they do. They just don't have any the hell they're doing. I don't know. But considering the fact that, even dealing with just little things in my life, they never ask, truly, how are you feeling? What are you thinking? How are things going? They don't ask those questions. It's always superficial junk. It's always crap like, hey, we have these, pile of, apples we went down and picked and stuff, and we got a bunch of apples, you want some apples, and so on and so forth, and just things like that really kind of drive me crazy. They don't take the time to really reach out and just have a conversation that's not about baseball or about the weather or about politics or about the dead. Literally, they told me probably probably 25-minute conversation about what they think was a dead turtle that got hit in the road in front of their house, and how other people came to clean it up, and they went and they called this person, that person come over, and the guy cleaned it up, and it was earlier today, and he's finally back, so he must have drove it out in the country somewhere to dump it off, and he's now finally getting home, and I'm just like, nobody gives a shit about a dead turtle in your street. And the fact that there's there's big things in our life we could be talking about, and every time I try and talk about anything of any substance or any feelings or any type of thoughts, they're just like, bring it back to dead turtle, or they bring it to, so-and-so this one time 50 years ago did this or that or whatever. And just, I don't know, it gets annoying. Just that whole feeling of not being, just not being, I want to say wanted, but unless they need me to like drive them to a doctor's appointment or that kind of thing, it's like they just don't care about how my life's going. They don't care about how things are. They don't really give a damn about it. So I find myself really getting frustrated when there's, rather interesting things in our family and stuff, and just drama and all that kind of crap that happens, and just they don't want to. They're the type of people that will just ignore it and will pretend it didn't happen, and we'll just move on with our life. I'm just not that kind of person. It just kills me the more I'm seeing how they are, and the more it kills me that I'm not like them. and I just hate being around them because they don't know how to discuss anything or unwilling to discuss anything of any substance, and I just drives me crazy. I just cannot talk about nothing that much in my life anymore. So went ahead and just kind of, I don't know, little things here and there, and just realizing I have to accept people where they are in their life, and accept them for who they are at the time. But I also have to realize the fact that every time, the more I'm around them, the more upset I usually am getting, and the more discouraged I get with them and the whole family. And there's like a giant part of me just wants to just distance myself from that side of the family, just as far away as I can get. Like, I literally just want to run away and like just pretend they don't exist. And it's one of those things I just catch myself many times. Like, literally, it was amazing how little I thought about my grandparents once I realized the fact that I reached out to them multiple times, left messages, and they were